Hello guys, Pastor Preston is my name. So excited to come your way today. So I want to quickly just explain something that I think will help you. And this will help a lot of people who show up on the internet to just comment and try to want to judge. In fact, some people have given themselves the title of internet in-laws or, judge as the case may be. You must be very careful, most importantly, when it comes on spiritual matters. I agree that a lot of so many wrong stuff has happened. A lot of pastors are taking advantage of their members, right? Have misled a lot of people, but that does not bring you to become a judge. Okay? As a matter of fact, it's important that you know that because you know that something is wrong does not mean that you know how it's right or how it can be right. Be very careful how you jump on everything and give your opinion. There's certain matters that might be too high for you, right? That will lack some technicalities that you may lack. Okay, so just giving your voice might be causing you to sin on the issue because you lack competence, you lack authority to judge. Remember in Matthew 7:1, it says, judge not that you might not be judged. In Galatians 6:1, it says, if a believer be overtaken by a fault, ye who are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness. Notice, it did not say everyone should come and criticize. Number two, it did not say everyone should come, and try to restore them. Number one, it didn't call for criticism. Number two, it calls for restoration, and then not from anybody to restore, but only those who have capacity to do so. Now, let me give you a pretty expression so you can see some of the things that you'd have fought a pastor for today. Number one, okay, when Jesus Christ watched the widow put the money in the treasury, and then he spoke highly about the widow's mite, some of you would have had a problem with it and said, how will you allow this widow give all that she had? Right? You are wicked. You should have thought about the widow, how she was going to feed and the rest of them. You see, that's number one. Number two, right? When he wanted to perform a miracle, he asked, what do you have there? They say, oh, a young boy has 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And Jesus says, bring it. Someone that said, Jesus Christ, how will you take someone's meal? That's unfair, right? That's what you would have said today. What about the story about when they came to meet him and says, your family members are showed up, and then they say, who is my family? And then he pointed to a certain group of strangers and said, they are his family because they listen to what he says and does what he says, right? Some of you that said, Jesus Christ, you have a problem with family. You have a big problem with family. And then, of course, there follow up in that light that can really support your point. Like the one when he says, lovest father and mother more than me. And then like the other one when he says, your greatest 4 members of your household. But the point is, understand those things in context. Have the training of righteousness. You will understand that Jesus does not have a problem with family, but was defining things correctly, how they are eternally. You see, every science student will judge a thing by the standard of that discipline and not just by any opinion that shows up. That's something you need to understand about spiritual matters. Okay, so you cannot just bring your secular opinion or your moral sense from a natural world to begin to judge spiritual matters. You must have been trained by the word. You must understand how the word looks at things for you to be correct in your judgment. Otherwise, you will use a good motive to do a bad thing and you'll get into trouble. Remember, Uzzah was a guy who just wanted to help, okay? And then he died for wanting to help. He just wanted to help because there were instructions as concerning the ark. First of all, the ark must be carried by human beings in their shoulders, right? Rather, they now choose to go and use animals to carry it. That was first problem that he had. Next, of course, in carrying that, of course, because it was an animal, that's why he wanted to fall. And then Uzzah was trying to go and help to hold it. And then, of course, he died, right? You see how it works? So be careful, right? I say, God knows my intentions are pure. These pastors are wrong. I want to fix them and all that. Who made you the prefect, the monitor? Who gave you the right to do so? Okay, so don't put your mouth on matters that are above your capacity, right? The public, what's it called? Judgment is not a correct judgment before the law. Okay, it has to come before a court of competent jurisdiction for all that hearing to pass through before a judge gives, right, a verdict for it to be correct and generally accepted. So you must be careful how you bring yourself into matters that are above your capacity, okay, and judge them from your sense realm. There are rules for every practice, every discipline, and then you must play according to that rules for you to be right righteously. Glory to God. So I just wanted to share that, and I hope it's going to help someone. Share this with a couple of people. Let them be careful how they begin to show up on the internet because they have free data or cheap data and then put a comment on everything that they lack jurisdiction over. Sometimes you might just be incurring some problems for yourself in doing what you lack capacity to do. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.